Hello, hello, welcome everybody. Let's get to it. Today I don't have my headphones, so that can be a problem. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I tested the audio before and it seemed okay. So yeah, let me know. Let me know how it goes. Uh, just uh, just checking out Carson Wong, Tata Steel, of course. Uh, we can see right here Geary's look at him like, oh, you didn't. Oh, you didn't. And Shaq is like, okay, well. He's probably thinking about something else. But this is a funny picture nonetheless. um, it was uh, it was quite shocking how Geary got two victories, like two points that arguably he didn't deserve. But I mean, when Shank resigned a drum position, I mean, that's kind of special, right? I don't think I would had even gotten to play that because I'm not strong enough. But uh, but I consider Shank a really strong GM. I'm not sure if a super GM, but a really strong GM. So it was quite shocking. Um, okay, so doing some tactics, I'm going to be playing probably on leeches as well. I don't know. I want to play the Chess Patzer Arena, but I just checked and it wasn't active. I think I'm early by 1 hour, so I will keep checking on that. This is of course the most tempting move, and I'm not sure how would Black react. Is there really a threat to this? Um, I don't think there's anything really. Oh, okay, that's what I was missing. You see, this is something I shouldn't be missing this. I absolutely should not be missing this. But there is a continuation to this. So let's see, we can get out of the way. Just king f1. We can play c3, then queen takes f5. And is that really better? We can play bishop d2, queen takes. Then what? I wish we could play like something like knight c3 and or knight e3, and that would actually block the check, but that's not the case. So how do we save this knight? How do we save this knight? I don't think we can. I don't think we can save that. That poor little knighty. At best, maybe try to get some development. I'm not sure. What can we do here? What can we do? I have no clue really. Developing seems to be a good idea all the time. I also don't think we can like trap the queen. That would be weird, trapping the queen. I do want to castle at some point. But bishop d2 doesn't really win anything. We're still losing material. I mean, it's equal material from the beginning, I guess. And it's balanced. I don't see anything here. Queen d2. I'm trying to force something. I'm trying to force an exchange or anything, but I don't see how. By everything that I can see, this is a positional tactic, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's a check, but I want to develop because it's usually a good idea, not because I actually see how to win material. Queen d2 doesn't really do anything. Okay, I think it's time to make a move. This seems whatever. At 2000 rating, show me what did I miss? Yeah, c3. Okay. Yeah, okay. I see it, and this is slightly better though. This 2000 rating, I would say it's higher. Should be higher. That's misleading. Okay, can we take? Oof, Queen c2. That's some pressure on the rook. That is some pressure on the rook. We also have rook g5 check. Queen takes, and then check on f3. That seems more demanding. Here, and here. Yeah, that seems better. That queen is close to be trapped. Close to be trapped. How do we finish the deal? How do we finish the deal? It would be cool to play knight g7 and knight g5, but I'm thinking knight g7, rook f1, any rook f1. Then we have to move. Let's say queen g4, because we still have to. Well, we don't really need to protect. Yeah, okay, we do need to protect at the end, so we need to keep babysitting the h5 pawn, and that's not like super great. Neighbors are banging on the wall. Always nice to hear. Let's try to do it just with checks. Let's say queen e3 check, rook. Oh well. King b2. Maybe there's another check. The pieces are too far. The pieces are too far. Yeah, I'm not feeling the tactics spirit right now. This is definitely not going great. Sean, thanks for the host. Chess Patter Wales is hosting. Thank you. Quick reminder, everything that you donate, cheers, beats, whatever, is going for Doctors Without Borders. We're doing a big fundraiser. Okay, let's see. How can we nail this to the coffin? How can we do this? I guess we always have knight f4. Gonna need some help here. Gonna need a bit of help. Oh, it would be interesting to play knight e5, knight c4, and queen a3. That would be interesting. It's a bit of a stretch though. It is a bit of a stretch also because white has things like c3, and that that opens up lines against the king with the bishop. The bishop doesn't get that. That's not great. Even if I could check on e2, what would I play after king d2? No, not seeing it. I want to bring the knight to the action. Let's do the work. Knight g7. C3, queen takes c3, bishop takes, bishop c2. pawn to a3, and that's Zugzwang. If king b1 to stop to stop the promotion, we can actually give a check on a2, king takes, and then we take on c2 with check. So that would actually be good. We can also have other pawns coming and stuff. I think I want to play this. Knight g7. Incorrect! 2700! This was a tough one. Yes, I thought of this. I thought of that. Oh, the rook hangs. Oh, I missed that. I missed that. Yeah, I totally missed that. I think it's fair to assume that if Sean is hosting me, then the arena tournament is not yet going. This rook here is interesting. Rook e7, rook e7 is interesting to get it discovered, but not enough. Rook takes f6, and then we can have a few checks, but nothing really pans out. What about rook f7? King g8 is the only move. We have a perpetual. We have a perpetual. Question is, do we want a perpetual? We are down one pawn. It's not a lot, I would say. It's not a lot. Yeah, it's not a lot. What about just rook takes d7? Rook takes d7 is check. Rook takes d7 is check. King g8 is the only move. Only legal move. Or well, actually, rook takes f6 is a legal move, but we have rook e8, and that would be checkmate. After rook f8, rook takes f8, checkmate. So rook takes d7, king g8, and then what? And then what? Can we threaten the rook on f8? What if we play bishop g7? That rook has to go, has to move somewhere, right? Let's say f4. Then we have rook e8 check. King h7, only move. Problem is, oh no, then we have also rook h8 check, king g6. We have rook takes h6 check. There are two legal moves, king f5 and king g5. And I think king g5 is the best. Then there is possibly rook d5 check. Okay, let's go over it one more time. Rook takes d7 check. King g8, bishop g7, bishop g7. The king has to move somewhere. Sorry, the rook has to move. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's not a good move. Yeah, rook f4 is the only move. Okay, I see a line at least. I'm not sure it's checkmate or anything, but I see a line. We also have the very simple rook g6. Rook g6 check. If king oh, sorry, that actually doesn't do it. That doesn't do it. Okay, I think we have to take here. And this is what I'm looking at right now. Bishop g7. Bishop g7. If rook f7, we have rook e8 check, and that would be the end of that rook. I think this is... Oh no! Hold on. This is just bad because after bishop g7, bishop takes d7. So this was just lucky. So then maybe the point is to do a windmill attack. Just do a basic windmill, where we check and go back, check and go back, check and go back, and eventually we capture the other rook. I learned this by looking at a game by Bobby Fischer. Yeah, the thing is that if rook takes f5, f6, we have rook e8 checkmate. So that doesn't really work for them. Yeah. Okay, cool. Getting a bit of rating back, because this was painful. Ooh, I wish I could take on g5, threaten checkmate on h7 and f7, but knight takes g5, queen takes h3 check, and that doesn't work. But we can also threaten checkmate on g7 by playing queen h6. And then my question is, how will black stop this checkmate? Well, first option that I saw was queen takes e6, but that gives away the queen, and that's kind of bad. Second is run, king, run. So let's follow the king's path. Queen h6 check. Queen h6. There's no check. King f7. King is trying to run. King f7. We give the check. King e8 is the only move. We can give a check on f8 or even g8. And I think this is key. I think giving the check on g8 is key. I will explain why in a moment. Let's see if it works. Let's say queen g8. With the king on e8, the only legal move is d7. And then I'm thinking knight f8 check, but then king can actually come to c8, and then we can go back and give a check. Oh, that doesn't seem to work. That doesn't seem to really do it. I mean, we can also take pawns. Queen h6, king f7, queen takes h7 check, king e8, queen takes g6 check. There. Okay, we can give a check on h8, then knight. Oh, I'm missing something. I'm pretty sure it starts with queen h6. Pretty sure it starts with queen h6. Huh. Okay, how about queen f3? Let's try something else. Queen f3, threatening knight takes g5. H6, and that stops that threat. Gotta do the grind. Gotta do the grind. Can't be lazy. Cannot be lazy. Okay, this is the only idea that I have right now. Queen h6. Okay, good. Interesting. 1,000? This was kind of hard. What would have happened if king f7? King f7, knight g5 check. Okay, there might be king f5, knight here check, king e5. It's risky. I guess there's checkmate around these squares, around this area. Okay. Let's go. So right here, threatening to check. No. E5, E6, sorry. Something happened. My screen blinked. E6. Kind of a weird flex. I mean, we are threatening to give a check and then maybe something else, but I doubt it's that much more than that. We don't have a threat. Okay, yeah. If e6, pawn takes e6, queen b7 check, and then we capture on c8. So that would work for us. That would be good. e6, king, king somewhere. That's super risky. I think the move is e6. e6 seems pretty strong. Can't push, cannot take. That pawn cannot move. What else? We can also just take here. That doesn't seem to be too dangerous. There is queen b5 though, queen b5, and that can get dangerous. There's also this move directly, just like nobody's business. But I do like this. This seems a strong one, and I don't think they should have allowed this check. 2400, nice. 2400. $2,400. Okay. Oh, I thought that was gonna be my last puzzle, that I would start playing something, and I just forgot. Oh, this is interesting now. Rook e5, sorry, rook e6, queen g5, queen g5, threatening to take a pawn. We can take it slow here. We can take on g5, h takes g5, and rook takes b6. The bishop is under attack. The bishop doesn't have a lot of squares. I mean, yeah, I can move to a6, for example. But then c5 is hanging, and that seems to be pretty good material. I don't see a fork. I don't see a knight fork. We can also play something like bishop. No, we can't play bishop b2 because pawn takes e3, bishop takes f6, and pawn takes d2. And it's going to promote, and we are down material. So that doesn't work. Yeah, I think this is the move. Because queen g5 is forced, absolutely. I looked quickly at this check, and it would be a great check. Rook takes h6. If the bishop could, if the bishop was in the right diagonal, the bishop, if it was in this diagonal, then this pawn would be pinned. But that's not the case. So I think we just need to check, to take here. So we take, and then we go for the pawn. I think this is the idea. Oh, okay. Okay, that is interesting. Black decides to protect the pawn instead of the bishop. Did not expect that. Did not expect that. Had a few glasses of wine with my girl. They hit. After a while, they do hit. So the annoying part here is that if I take on b7, there comes c4. Then if I play c2, then there's just d3. So I have to play bishop d2, d1, bishop d1 directly. And then this pawn right here is not very well protected. So that would be annoying. I think I can parry stuff. Because this is a piece. I mean, this is a piece. That's a piece. This could also be interesting. Knight d6 is also interesting. If pawn pushes, well, I'm protecting a3, so that's too fancy. I think I would just take here and bite the bullet. Okay, that's good. That's good. Let's go to the live area. Let's get some games. Oh, maybe a tournament. Upcoming tournaments. There's a bullet. There's a 1-0 bullet. Okay, let's play this one. I am, of course, super behind in the tournament, but how about we make it big? My opponent is not making a move. I'm getting handicapped. Oh, thanks for the queen. That was awful nice of you. Okay. I hope you guys can see the lag. I'm suffering major lag in this position. Major lag. Might be poisoned. I don't know. Might be poisoned. Let's go here. Yep, that's good. Okay. Yeah, this is... I'm getting interface lag. That's what I'm getting. Should I take? 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 No. I don't dare to take that. Okay, let's make this interesting. Just a small check. Just a small check. Nothing fancy. Protecting this square. That guy is fine. That guy is fine. I can actually try to exchange. That would make my life easier. My opponent is a thinker. Oof, really? Let's take here first. And let's come here. If he pushes, I can take. I did not plan for that move. Okay, let's go back. And then let's try to put a bit of pressure. There's a fork here. Oh, he didn't see the fork. Queen here though. Queen h2. He missed that. Let's try to... I have to play faster though. This is how you play faster. Yes. Thank you for the pawn. Yeah, check is coming. I'm fine with that. Just stay away from that. Okay, do a check. Go back. Cannot give that check. Have to go back. Oh, that's not great. Ooh, thanks for that. Okay, give a check. Okay, come here. Okay, let's get out. I'm fine with that. Let's try to check. Alright. What? No! I ran out of time before I could make the move. Ah, painful. Painful. I was killing that. Okay. Let's see. I don't know why I played that. Okay, whatever. Oof, this is good. Sure. Has he seen? No, he didn't see it. Okay. What now? What now? Here, too optimistic. Okay, prepare for F5. F5 is coming. Oh, I was sure F5 was coming. This is just so risky now. Okay, let's castle this way. E4 is coming. Yep. Yeah, of course this guy is trying to open up everything. I'm fine with that. I do need to open up stuff. Okay. Got rid of my awful bishop, that's good. Think. Yeah, trying to save the farm. I don't know. I don't have a lot of ideas here. Something. Okay, good. Ah, that was a trap. I fell for that. Oof. That was a nasty check. Checkmate. Ah. Well played, well played. -10, that hurts. Ah, -10. I don't know why I'm spoiling so many good positions. I really had a good position over there. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what's that about. Let's go here. There might be some pressure over there. Let's try to get this one in. That is actually fine with me. Really? Really? Okay. Let's just take. Okay, let's take here. Get out. Let's just run. Let's just run. Whoa, I almost dropped that. A3. Oh yeah, okay. He takes. I'm again spoiling good positions. Yeah, I'm again spoiling good positions. Oh, the crook. Ah, gosh. There goes my rating. There goes my rating. I gotta say, this visual lag is also killing me. It's really not a good experience. Really not a good experience. Just stay there because why not? No, really, that's a pawn. Can't take that. Huh. So it wasn't a pawn. That's just so scary. Let's take here first. Now here, I'm threatening things. Oh, really? He fell for that. Oof, that hurts. Can take here now. Oh, that was almost checkmate. Okay, thank you for that. All contributions are very much appreciated. Let's go here first. Let's come here. Let's come here. Let's come here now. Let's try to push him a little bit. Not sure where I'm going. This seems good. Let's go here. Can take here. This one is falling. Can take here. He's pinned. This is such an awkward position for him to play. Just get out. One check. Come here. I could have just taken here. Why didn't I just take? I don't know what I'm playing. Checkmate here, maybe. Gotta pre-move stuff. Alright. Plus 1 point. This visual lag is killing me. Okay. Let's go here. Put some pressure. Now I am officially out of my book. Let's go here. Get rid of that bishop. Okay, here this is fine. Gotta. Okay, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna do it. Then let's go. That's a trap though. Let's go here. This is fine still. This is annoying though. Not sure where I'm going with that. That is well played. This guy is killing me. This guy is absolutely killing me. This feels like he's super cheating because he's so much better than me. That's a cheating. That's this guy cheating. He is so much better than me. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Oh, that hurts. That's gonna hurt. That is going to hurt. This is hurt down. Of course. I think I was saving that one. I think I was saving that one. Ah, this is so painful. Oh, he's confused, I think. Okay. Let's let him be confused. Have no problems with that. Yeah, that's fine with me. Can push here a little more. Let's go here now. And I mean, there's objectively nothing in this position. Nothing. Okay. This is a weird flex, of course, but Hoping to push. Oh, he didn't let me push. That was not nice, my friend. That was not nice. Could also take the pawn, though. Yeah, it's fine. Let's try to come here instead. Has to block now. Could also just take. I don't know why I didn't take. It's just bad. Now I'm thinking. I should not be thinking. Not this much, at least. I got him. He won't give up that easily, though. No, that's not what I wanted to. Okay, that was. Whatever. That was a very whatever move. Okay, let's see. Have to play something classical, though. Yeah, this is not a real opening, though. Okay, let's open up here instead. Gotta open up somewhere. Yeah. Could also just take here. What's this? Wow, someone is playing the moves. What? No way. No way. This guy is just too good. This guy is just way too good. I got nothing. I got absolutely nothing. This guy has me. Super much better position. No counterplay. No, this is just lost. What's this? What's this guy's rating? 1900. Yeah, yeah. It showed in the game. It showed in the game. He was much better than me. What? He's actually lower rated in bullets. Well, he destroyed me, no mercy. That was just painful. Okay, let's play as lower time control. Let's play a 15-10. I am not in good shape for this, but I have to. I have to focus, I have to do the thing. And I haven't played enough. So this much I know by theory, like I have studied this. So I'm not afraid of any of this. I have prepared h6 because I don't like this variation with bishop g5. So this much I remember. Now I'm unsure of d6. I remember there was a check to play knight here at the first try. Just take, and then I could take. So this one is fine. I think it's also acceptable to play to castle. So I'm going to do that. I'm just going to castle. Let's see if this guy is stealing his book. The thing is, I confuse ideas. Sometimes I play b6 with the idea of playing bishop here, and you know that makes sense. I know that I must take on c3. I know that I must take on c3. Not sure what's the purpose with that move. I want to sort of play here and here to put some pressure on the bishop. This doesn't guarantee anything though. They can play just this move pretty easily. A bit of a problem if I play d5 is how to develop this bishop on c8. Not sure how that would happen. I think that's why I usually play b6, because basically I just decide not to develop on these diagonals, sort of like that. So let's go for this. I hope it's not terrible. Not a terrible move. I think I should focus on the e4 square. I think, yeah, that's the point for that. And then something like this, and this should be fine. Then a bit of a slower development with knight d7. I think that should be fine. I've also seen a5, I think, trying to stop any quick advance on the queen side. I'm sort of just trying to control e4. I'm putting a stop on e5 because I want to develop like that and open up this. I want to open up in the center like that. This is also very tempting, except it sort of encourages e5. No, maybe it doesn't. What could be a problem with this move? Yeah, that's not exactly a problem. Yeah. By any account, this seems fine so far. I don't think I've blundered. This seems very traditional, very conventional. If I push e5 first, there's the risk of d5. Okay, so I think at this point, if I push, they have to take, otherwise there's a fork because the queen is not on c2. So e5, d takes e5. Oh, this is a thing. Here, 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 and that doesn't work out for me. So I think I need rook here first in order to push, if that's what I ever want to do. I think he knows that I'm preparing to push. I don't think he should worry about that. Maybe he was worried about this, about knight h5. I think that was his main concern. Could be a she. I think this is a female. Like, I don't want to say a girl or a woman, but in the profile. I don't know. I don't know who my opponent is. Little problem with pushing c5 is the pawn on d6 hangs. I think that's a bit early to play bishop g2, to bishop h2. e5, d takes e5, pawn takes e5, pawn takes e5, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes g2. That would be a bit risky though. That would be a bit risky because g7 is sensitive. So I don't want to get into that variation. Let's play this also with the idea of playing c5. This might have been more accurate than rook e8. I'm trying to keep a small edge on the clock, like not rushing into things, but just like there is a lot of game left, but I expect quite a bit of tension in the center. My idea with pushing c5 is that maybe they would recapture Look at that. He's giving me two pawns. Two pawns with that move. So, pretty sure they expect to castle longside and send this huge battery to my king. So that is risky. I do want to open up this side even more now. Because I might need some counterplay on the queen side. I do see g2. I do see g2. I see bishop takes here, then rook g2, rook g1, and if I take this is also another point of stress, h6. Like, sacrifices are bound to happen. So instead of that, I'm trying to clear the way in different areas, because they most likely expect to castle long. I think that's their idea in terms of king safety. So now e4 doesn't really work because I can take on d4, and there would be pressure against d6, but I can actually push the pawn, and this bishop would be a bit limited. Would be limited. Then I might want to switch focus with the other rook. Especially if the king castles here. This file would be more important for me. But yeah, this is tempting, but I can see it as a typical sacrifice. I don't know this by heart, I don't know this theory by heart, but this just feels wrong. This feels wrong. A lot of lines. A lot of lines would open against my king. And it's not hard to imagine doubling on this file. So no thank you, I don't want to risk that. There are only so many pawns that I can put in front of my king. If I could have a few, like 4 more pawns would make me feel safe enough to take here. Okay, so what else? What can my opponent start thinking about? Maybe b4. That would be ballsy. That would be ballsy. I would still capture towards the center. And I would maybe... Oh, they castled short. That is not what I was expecting at all. Okay, but then this changes things, because it makes more sense to bring this rook here, try to capture, and then push with pressure on this pawn. And if the pawn moves, it can just be captured. So this makes more sense. Also, it makes sense because the queen cannot go to a5 and put pressure on this pawn. Also because anything related to this capture leaves this pawn weaker. So rook c8 seems like a good move to me. I could also take first and try to figure out what their idea is. I expect them to take with this pawn to open up lines for their rooks, especially now that my queen is here. But I'm not sure. Maybe this I would be forced to protect this pawn in another way. So maybe just knight here. That's not enough. Bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. That is not enough. So I would be forced to play e5. This is still weak, so it's not hard to see how to put more pressure into that. So my rook might be needed on this file because this weak pawn. This is a backward pawn. There's no other pawn that can protect it. But rook c8 seems sensitive. Seems like a good move. In some lines, there might be an idea of bringing the queen here and try to form a battery, or maybe something like this and try to form a battery here. I don't think they apply just yet. White can actually push, and for now it's protected enough. I think I have a lead in development though. That bishop h2 move doesn't seem like the greatest move in the world. I think it was completely unnecessary. H3 is okay, I guess, but bishop h2, there was no provocation for that. My opponent didn't need to play that. I'm looking at a5 right now, but it seems unnecessary because b4 and the a file opens up. And that's not the file that I want open because rook a7, and then there's pressure on my bishop. And if I try to defend this bishop with rook here, then this pawn can never move. The bishop is actually eyeing that square. So things like this make it a bit more uncomfortable. Yeah, so trying to avoid that. This, however, can be an idea. 5 takes. I would take with the knight, of course, because I want to keep an eye on e4. Taking with the rook doesn't really help me to stop that. Yeah, exactly. So I think this is accurate by my opponent. I think I need to take right now. I think this is the moment to take. If I don't take with the pawn, then they're threatening to push, take, and there's only one piece protecting e5. So that's not what I want. If I push here, I am locking my bishop under the pawn structure, which is not bad in itself. We have seen games by Lila and I think even Alpha Zero played something like this. But in those positions, the game turned out really slow, and I don't think White was so ready to push f4. So I think I need to take here in order to stop these ideas, in order to stop these advances. So this would be a mistake because queen can take. Well, hold on. Queen cannot take. Queen cannot take. Yeah. Here bishop takes. And I move my queen and then there's e5. So at this point, this is forced. This is forced. So the threat now is f4, of course. This is the big threat. And my rook is now better on d8. I want to move this rook to d8, and I want to move the knight to e6. Can maybe do that with a tempo here, because there will be pressure. There will be 3 pawns against e4, so queen e3 seems to be the only move. Queen e3 seems to be the only move to keep the momentum, to keep the initiative. I want to move my knight from f6 because I'm pretty sure that f4 is coming. Okay, seeing how this turned out, bishop h2 might have been an accurate move, because the bishop was before on f4, so this would have been, sorry, this would have been a fork. Yeah, this seems accurate. This seems like the only move if they want to push here. However, I can push here, and if they take, I can take, and then take on e4, knight takes, bishop takes, and then rook here, and that's pinning my queen, and that would be bad. So this seems like a good move, but it doesn't really do anything. The point should be to play knight d6. That should be the great idea in this position. So I'm going to play this in order to stop ideas around this square, because I think that's going to be terribly important. But it's not really towards this. I'm not sure I have control over this position. I'm not sure I have this control over this position. This would be perfectly acceptable. This is a position that I need to go back to and just figure out how to win this position, because I would say it's balanced. I would say it's a balanced position, but I want more than balanced. So this seems completely normal. And again, this is not theory. I have not studied this or anything like that. It might seem that I am playing too fast, but my idea is to jump to d4 and, you know, put a bit more pressure. Control f4 seems really important at this point. So if I am allowed to play knight h5, I would be really happy. I would be really, really happy if I am allowed to play knight h5 right now. Focus being f4. That is the focus. Because f4 is the move that opens up white's position. It either forces by capturing here, or if it pushes, then my position becomes very much restricted. Then things like g4 come, and there are... Okay, so I was allowed to play h5, knight h5. This is really interesting. Now, if I play knight h5, g3 seems natural. It also seems weakening. It seems weakening. I guess he was expecting knight d4, which is not a bad move, of course. But it's not what I had intended, for sure. I can put a bit more pressure by playing bishop a6. I think I want to go for this. I think I'm not missing any tactics. Just want to stop f4. Just want to stop f4. Maybe even play queen f6. This would be a problem though. Oh, I guess I can go to g6. I guess I could go to g6, and that should be okay. So I have managed to accumulate almost 1 minute advantage on the clock. Maybe this is more accurate though. Any ideas around here I could just take. Yeah, queen h4 seems a little bit better. It unprotects d6, but I have a rook, and I think this is fine. So the point now is, oh, okay. Very interesting. Rook here. What? I don't understand. What's the idea? Maybe they really want to push. And they figured if they push, I can take. No, I don't see it. So I'm liking this. I'm liking this move right now. I am liking this move. Yeah. I am liking this move. Queen h4. Queen h4, putting pressure on f4, putting a bit of pressure here on h3. If bishop here, I can take, and this simplification would be good for me because this pawn is weak. I think I would want my king on e7 and just one rook here to put pressure on this other side, but this is far from over. This is far from over. Also, my knight would be awesome here. Okay. So that's interesting. I guess the point is that if I play knight f4, they can take here. They can push g3. And then Well, I can actually go back. I can go to g5, because if I take, they can actually just take the knight. And there's really nothing because this queen is protected. But here, 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 and if the king just moves somewhere, I can go back. This is an awkward place for the knight. This is for sure an awkward place for the knight. But I have to make a decision now. Do I want to go all in, or I want to trap my queen? Because if I go back, this queen is trapped. So this is very risky. After this knight here, and that's just really bad. Knight here, I can go back though. Let's go for this. This is the moment where I either lose or have an advantage, I think. Yeah, this is a critical moment in the position. This is a critical moment in the position for sure. In some lines, I might be threatening knight d3, a fork. In some lines, I might be threatening that. For example, if queen here, I would just take, and maybe take with the bishop, and then just a fork. Okay. Very interesting indeed. So, what now? Because I don't think the point now is to play f4 ever. So maybe I should just go back. Here, this is tempting. Oh, this actually works now. Yeah, this actually works. Okay, let's go for this. It's not really a big threat. He should go back with the rook. He should go back with the rook. Like, no question about it. That's what he should do. Now I can't move this knight because I want to recapture with the knight. Actually, this bishop would be more useful in this diagonal, I think. Maybe here, just pressure directly. Because right now this point is a moot point. There's a queen, a rook, and a knight. That's way too many defenders. Bishop here seems more accurate. But at the same time, I didn't want to walk into the fork, of course. So I had to make a decision. Pushing is not a great option. I just take. Bishop here is flashy. It doesn't do anything though. I can just push. So I think my opponent is a little bit worried, but he is having a good eye on the clock. Not rushing into anything. Something like this. I have an extra tempo, so that would not be good. Would just be a free tempo. I can take. I can take here, here. Take. No, I cannot take. Oh, that's a tricky one. That is a tricky one. It was being sneaky. So I do see the problem. My wait, this is checkmate. What am I talking about? This is checkmate right here. There was a reason why this didn't work. Okay, yeah, this is checkmate. Am I missing anything? Okay. Well played, well played. Whoa, plus 37, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. GG. GG against passwords. Okay, let's see. I made one mistake. You saw your chance and took it. Basically, it was equal before h4. Okay, let's go to the analysis. Let's see if I can spot my mistake. Okay, I don't need computer help, I think. I think this is fine. I have looked into h6. Bishop f4 is natural, it's completely normal. I'm not sure if b6 is the right way to go here. Do we have openings? 0 games. What? That's weird. 0 games? a6 and bishop d2. What? I'm surprised there are so few games. I'm not saying I know theory at like to a big depth, but still. d3, completely normal. d6 and d5. I played d6, so at least someone else played this. I have seen bishop e2, and that makes sense. Bishop d3 also makes sense. I think this is fine. Let's just look at this. Oh, this is loading. I don't want you to load. Hide. Okay. Yeah, at this point I didn't want to play knight h5 because after bishop h2, which he played anyways, I lose control over e4. So if I want to regain that control, I have to play knight f6. I have to go back, and I basically lost one tempo. That doesn't really help at all. In this position, though, I can go for something like this. Now there's a threat here, of course, and I have seen f5. I have seen f5, and it's a different game, of course. It's completely different. I think c5 is an idea in order to undermine the position, but maybe not right now. Maybe b4 first. Maybe this makes more sense. And I don't know. This is a position that I don't think I would dare to play like this. But I think I have seen this game, and now there's trouble here. So this is necessary. This guy is hanging. But no, something I misplayed something here for sure, because this guy's hanging and this guy's hanging. So if I take, yeah, this is bad. And after this, I'm not sure I want to just take here. I think, oh, actually, before that, just this. And now this is really bad. Still check here, here. This seems really, really bad. Seems super bad, actually. So not that. My opponent played bishop h2. I was talking that I wanted to play c5, but d6 would be hanging. So something like this, for example, they can just take. And this is completely fine. Something like this, it's just horrible. There are no tricks, there's nothing. Maybe this to fight for some compensation and then try to open up the center. That might not be terrible. This is a very dubious sacrifice. Dubious sacrifice. Oh no, hold on. After this... Yeah, this is looking nice with this rook here. So king has to go somewhere. This is just really weird now. This is looking really nice. Okay, something to keep in mind. It's a deep variation, but gotta keep an eye on this e5. Gotta remember that. Anyways, play continued. We can. I'm not sure. Should I get the computer? I mean, the computer is gonna just super lag. Okay, I'll do it later. I think I played a nice game, and that's good enough for me. Let's do tactics. More tactics. Always more tactics. I want to get to 2400. Bigfoot is around 25, 2600. And the guy is a machine. The guy is really good. How do I... Okay. I know how to get stalemate. G7. G7 if rook d8 we can actually promote, and that position would be equal after rook takes g8. If g7, rook takes g7, we have a check on c7. Oh, but then the rook on g goes to cover, and that doesn't work. That would not work. What about g7, knight? No, rook h7. If rook takes, pawn takes, and then they can't stop the queen. Okay, rook b1 doesn't work. Oh, but this is a draw. This is a draw because rook g7, rook g1 check, king f7, rook h something, and they just go back. And if the king approaches, then we... Yeah, okay, so I think that's the way to draw this position. Rook h7. Sorry, rook h7, rook d8 is checkmate. Rook d8 is checkmate in that position. That's not what we want. We cannot have checkmate. So I'm looking at rook c1 first. But then maybe just king d8. King d8. And then g7 maybe? g7, rook takes. And then the idea is to... I don't know, because... I think we're looking for stalemate. It got super warm here, sorry. That game was too much. Okay, let's try something as rook f1, threatening rook f8, and then exchanges, but rook f1, rook d8, checkmate. That doesn't give me a lot of options. That does not give me a lot of options. Yeah. I think this is the only move, actually. I failed to see this. Okay, check. And then that. Yes. So I had the right idea in the beginning, but yeah. I don't know, I don't want to say I got distracted, but I failed to see it. There are no forks around the rook, so I think we're looking at checkmate. We're looking for checkmate. How can we give checkmate with rook and knight? I think my knight would like to be on f3 and the rook on h2. That's one way. Or g1. That's one way to give checkmate. It's doesn't fully work. Oh, also rook h1 threatens check on h3, and then king g4. So we need one tempo to play. No! Ah! I was drawing an arrow. Jesus! I was drawing an arrow. I think this is the right move. Yeah, duh. I swear, if this interface would allow me to just even, not even move it. If I right click and that's not allowed, then don't move it. Is there a setting for that maybe? Animation type, inside board sounds, show legal moves. Just redonk. What about here? Show timer, show tags. Nah, this is just really not. I was on the right track. Explained too much. This is just depressing. Okay. Looking at pawn takes f6 check. Pawn takes g6 check. King g8 and king h8 are legal moves. King okay, hold on. If king g8, we have a check. Do we? Oh, okay. Hold on. This is getting interesting. g6, king. Let's say h8. We have queen h4 check. King g8. Then queen h7 would be checkmate. So g6 check. King g8. King g8 is the only move. King g8 is the only move. Gotta remember that. King g8 is the only move. We can actually take on h4, threaten checkmate. No, there's rook takes f1 checkmate. Gotta be careful about that one. Queen c4 check. That seems better. Queen c4 check. Then if king goes to h8, then we have queen takes on h4 and then checkmate on h7. So after queen c3, after queen c4 check, there has to be rook f7, and then we can actually take with check, because the queen, if we take with the rook, then there is also the threat for, oh no, the queen is here, so that actually works. So take first, then queen here. What? Surprised. Check. Well, yeah, but they don't have to take with the bishop. They can take with the king. And if they take with the king, there's checkmate on a8. Look at this rating. Look at this dip. I was up here today. I was up here. That's 60 points. That's 60 points. This one costed me like, I don't know, 20 points each. Every time that I miss, it's 20 points. I'd say this is not fair. So I'm looking at killing myself, and okay, rook takes e6, queen takes e6. That doesn't help. No, okay, queen takes e6, then we have knight takes e6. Duh. Yeah, and rook takes e6. If rook takes e6, no, okay. If queen takes c2, we have checkmate on. Yeah, this has to be it. Yeah. Thank you for the candy. This was really chess.com saying, "Oh, dude, you know, you suck, but okay. Almost the same as here. This check is allowed. And then king d1, queen a1, king c2 only move, king c2, rook, yeah, it has to start here, and then this one, because yeah, I mean we can get the other rook, but we're already down in materials, so it has to be better than that. So this one, this is going to be an extraction. This, oh my god, 2600, and I was just too lazy. I was just too lazy. Why? Why? What did I miss? Queen here check. If king c3, we have queen b3 checkmate. So after queen a2 check, king let's say king c1, king c1, rook b1 check, queen takes b1, queen takes d2 checkmate. You see, I see these things. I was just too quick in judging stuff. Oh, come on, my rating. That pawn is going to promote for sure. That pawn is going to promote. What about... Yeah, okay, rook e2. Rook e2 seems pretty strong. Rook e2 is my move. Rook e2. Rook e2. g1 queen. Queen h1 check. The queen is pinned. So king g3. Queen g3. Then we have what do we have? We have queen takes g2 check. Queen takes g2. Then if king h4, we have checkmate on g. Yeah, this is my move. Click. 1900. Yay, I'm back to 2300. Was at the top of the world. 2357. That was my peak, I think. I think I was peaking around that. $1,000,000 question. Why can't I take on e4? What's wrong with taking on e4? Taking on e4 seems natural. It's the natural order of things. And then just simplification, maybe just, you know, take the other pawn, because the bishop is a1 would just be hanging after that. Okay, this is me not caring that absolutely much. So this is an idea. And after bishop g5, just castle, bishop takes f6, queen takes f6. The pawn and the knight are hanging. The thing is that it's risky to take with the queen, but does work. It does work. Okay, but I can play queen e7 though. Queen e7 does the trick. Protects the pawn, stops discovered checks. So with knight, there are some nasty things going on, but I think queen e7 is the right move. Yeah, I kind of saw that. I was actually expecting bishop g5 instead of that. I mean, playing and simple, this just wins. That rook is not going out. Yeah. Okay. I got 2 measly points out of that one. It felt like a grind, to be honest. Pawn on e4 is hanging. Pawn on e4 is hanging. We also have a few pawns hanging. We have... Can take on c1 with check, queen takes, rook b1, rook takes b2, rook takes c1 with check, rook takes c1, and then we can take on e4, but I think the point is that we should be able to win this one like directly. Okay, so rook a7 seems good enough, seems pretty good, seems pretty strong. If, yeah, this is the thing, if queen, oh no, queen takes a7 is check, that doesn't work. So let's go for the other rook. Rook a8, and the queen has to take. The queen has to take, because we take with check otherwise. So queen takes a8, threatening queen takes b7 check. We take on c1 with check. King h2 is the only move. We take on f4 with check. We are promoting queen on the next move. And if... Yeah, this has to be the right continuation. Let's go for it. Let's go for this. Yeah, strong. Take here with check. Take here with check. All right, 2100. Those give me points. I was at 2357, and I had this bad streak. Really, just carelessness, and that cost me 60 points. 60 points. You know, it's not always about the points, but come on. Okay, check on h8, doesn't really help. Looking at knight h4, I like knight h4 because it feels like it's going to be checkmate soon. Rook c6 is also strong. How does the bishop save itself? Yeah, knight h4 is a distraction maybe, because I can't find the final checkmate. The idea is to jump to f5 and then force the king to h7, but there is not another check that would be mate. So I think we're too far from that. But rook c6 seems interesting. Rook c6, we allow rook takes g2 with check. Then we go, let's say, yeah, let's say h4, king h4. King h4, rook g3, rook takes d6 check, king g7, let's say king g7, because otherwise there's a check with the knight. And then it's pretty tight, but I think there's nothing really to worry about. Maybe even rook d3 after that, and then knight jump, and it should be okay, I guess. I'm very interested in playing rook c6. Rook c6 seems human. We allow this check. I also thought of playing king f5. Just feels a bit safer, because if king takes h5 on the next move, we still take on d6, and aren't we threatening a checkmate somewhere? It feels like there should be a checkmate at some point. I mean, we can just go to d7, for example, threaten checkmate on h7, and then king is forced to h6. Okay, sorry, d8 instead. And then we give a couple of checks, and the rook on g2 hangs. So king f5 is playable. King f5 is playable. I don't know what's the best move. King f5, because in any case we're taking with check on d6. Now the question is if rook and knight versus rook is a draw. Rook and knight versus rook is a draw. If anyone knows if that's a theoretical draw, I'm very interested in that. Very interested in learning if that's a draw. Off the top of my head, I think it is a draw. Because if the two rooks are removed, the knight alone cannot checkmate. So in that sense, at the same time, we don't have to sack so much. My internal debate is if we should protect this pawn or if we say screw it. Because this leads to a very cramped position, but one that should objectively be okay. What if, no, the thing is there's no g1. It felt risky, doubtful, I'm not entirely sure. This should still win. Yeah. 2582. All right. All right. 2582. That gave me only 7 points because I took, 5 minutes. But at least we're going back to 2350s. We're getting there. We're getting there. How is this not checkmate in 2 moves? Sorry. Okay, so rook h1 check, king g2 only move, rook from h to h2, rook from 8 to h2, check, knight takes, that's the only move. Queen takes, king f3, queen f4 check. If king goes back to g2, we have rook h2 check and checkmate on f2. So king e2 is forced. Just a reminder, the other rook is on h1. Queen takes on e4 check. King has to go to d2. That's the only legal move. Then we have bishop b4 checkmate. Sorry, not checkmate. There is king c1. There's king c1. And after king c1, after king c1, we have queen takes c6 check. Always check. If king b2, we have queen c3 checkmate. Sorry, that's not checkmate. There is still king b1. Then rook takes d1, and that's checkmate. So I see checkmate in this sequence. I see one check here, king g2, then the other rook moves to h2 check, the knight takes, queen takes, the king is here, but the knight is no longer here, so so king f3. Then the queen goes back from h2 to f4. The king makes a run for his life to e2. Then the queen can actually take here. King goes to d2. We have another check with the bishop. The queen is protecting this square, so the king c1 is the only move. Then we can, I think this is the only other check because c4 is, the queen is there. So yeah, let's start with this one. This has to be it. I mean, there might be something simpler, but I don't really see it right now. I don't think there's anything simpler, to be honest. Just double checking, always double check. Yeah, I think this is the strongest move, because we always have to check. That's the thing, we always have to check. Otherwise, after the queen moves, there's queen b7 checkmate, so gotta be careful with that. But this is a check, so this is the most forcing line. This is another check, the one that gives the most chances for forcing lines, because if I take with the rook, then the king can go back, and we don't have another check. So take with the queen, just looking for the most forcing moves. So what's the most forcing move right now? It's another check. There are two checks that we can give, one on h3 and the other one on f4. The one on h3 doesn't allow any other check after that. I mean, after the king moves, the queen from h3, where is it going to force things? But from f4, it forces things. We can take here, we can take on e4 after that, or if the king goes back, then we can give a check on h2 and then checkmate on f2. So that doesn't work. This is the most forcing line. It's tempting to take on g4, that's forcing, but after something like, let's say, just try to run. Let's just try to run to d3, for example. Take with the queen, and the queen is still threatening checkmate. So that's the thing. We have to give checkmate or get out. And I think this line leads to checkmate because the bishop can enter the game right now. And the bishop becomes powerful here. Most forcing lines, that's what we're looking for. Now there is a little trap here, there is a little mate net. The king is running out of squares. Yeah, 2400 gave me only 5 points. That's painful. That hurts. That hurts. So yeah, I want to get at least to 2325 sounds kind of not great. But beggars can't be choosers. Is there checkmate on e4? Is there checkmate on e4? What is this? So bishop e4 and king h4. Sorry, bishop e3. King h4. What then? What's this? What are we looking at here? Oh, there would be perpetual at least, because we're down a lot of material and that pawn is just getting way too close to the king, so checks will come. So bishop e3, king King h4. Bishop f2, g3. Nah. We need to give that extra check. We need to give that extra check. Also, we don't have stalemate because we have pawns that can move and two pieces. So I don't think we can force a stalemate. Bishop d8, knight takes d8, rook takes d8, rook takes f7 check, moves, and king takes g6, so that doesn't work. I'm pretty sure it has to start with bishop e3, but after king h4 I don't see the continuation. Okay, king h4. It's not very impressive. We can play g5 check, king g3, bishop f4 check, king f3, and where's the bacon? What? That doesn't solve anything. Okay, hold on. Interesting stuff. Bishop e3, king h4, bishop f2. If g3, we have king h6, and we're threatening checkmate. And that checkmate can be parried with rook d5, but we can actually play f6 and still threaten checkmate. You would... Hey Pythagoras, how's it going, man? Welcome, welcome. Man, f6 is illegal right now. There's a rook here. So I'm looking at bishop e3 check, king h4 only move, bishop f2 check. If the king goes back, we get a perpetual, and I think that's good enough because we're down a bunch of material and this is just horrible. But if the king, if after bishop f2 check, white plays g3, we can actually threaten checkmate right here. I think this is the line. It would be tempted to play king h6 right now, but king g3 is a nasty one. So actually maybe even this works. And now this doesn't work because g4, and that sort of ruins some plans. So yeah, bishop f2 check. I went for that. Yes, he has to rinse and repeat. Yes, 2100. Okay, give me 2 points. Dude, I'm just chilling. I played a classical game, or rapid as they call it on chess.com. It was a 15-10, and my opponent blundered mating 1. A guy rated 2000. It was a bit shocking actually. Like, it wasn't a big deal, but I didn't have a big attack. I think it was fairly even before he blundered checkmating 1. Whoa, queen h8 check, king takes h8. Oh no, there's There's no thingies. There's no thingies. I thought there was rook f8. I thought there was rook f8, but no. So we do have a check on f7. Have a check on f7. We could get jiggy with it. Could we get jiggy with it? Too strong for 2000. Well, I wish I could say that's the case. Maybe my opponent was just drunk. You never know. This is internet. Things happen. There are so many holes around the king right here. It's a bit inappropriate, if I may say so. Like, here's one idea. Bishop h3. Going for bishop e6. Checkmate. Boom. Threatening checkmate in one. Bishop h3, bishop h6 to guard one line. But does that really help? Does that really help? Yo, Pythagoras, I have a friend, he studied biochemistry, I believe, and here in Sweden, and he couldn't find job in that. I think it was to be expected, but he actually started studying machine learning and artificial intelligence, and he's about to get a job in that, and I think that's a really cool career change from biochemistry, which I find terribly boring, to machine learning and stuff. Yeah, I think queen h8 is a bit ambitious because we don't have f8. There's that nasty knight covering f8. That makes me sad. Another another try is also to play bishop e4, just going for h7 mate. How does black deal with that? If bishop h6, we have queen g6, threatening h7 again. So a knight has to go to f6 or f8. No. Nope. Hold on. Yeah, that wouldn't work because... Yeah, okay, check out this line. Bishop e4, bishop h6, queen g6, knight f8, attacking the queen, protecting h7. Queen h7 still, knight takes... that didn't work. Yeah, that didn't work. I got too excited. Want a master on AI, currently seeking for a good master. Oof, a good master on AI. I don't know, that's not so common yet, I think. Or is it? I really don't know. It sounds like there should be. Everything is AI right now. Like, companies are selling AI even when they're not doing it. I find it disgusting, but marketing and stuff. So bishop h3 seems pretty strong. Bishop h3 threatening checkmate on e6. Bishop h3, bishop h6 covering the mate on that line. What about still a check on e6, forcing the king to somewhere? If king to h7, we can give another check and then get the queen in a better position. Knight f5, knight f5, knight f5. What is it going for? Knight f5. I'm trying to get more pieces into the action, so this makes sense. Okay, what about just what worries me is bishop h6. Bishop h6 seems worrying, to be honest, because I'm out of lines in that case. I mean, we can give a check on f7 with the queen, and then after king h8, what? What do we do after that? Oh, bishop e6, threatening checkmate on g8. Threatening checkmate on g8. And if knight e f6, bishop takes f6. Well, in that case, we can actually just play. No. The bishop will block. Okay. This is a tough one. Bishop g7. Bishop g7 as first move. Bishop g7 threatening queen h8 checkmate. Bishop g7, king takes g7. Oh, that's so easy. Okay, that'll be too easy. The king cannot take on g7. It has to be knight if knight takes g7. And after knight takes g7, we have a check on f7, but that got me excited for a moment. I don't think it works. My gut tells me h3. Knight to f6, then queen. Knight to f6, then queen. I'm not sure about this variation. I'm playing it, let's say, 75% by feeling. Things I don't see after bishop takes g7, after knight takes g7. I don't know how to continue. I mean, the queen is attacked, so we have to move here. Yeah, and let's say queen g6. Queen g6, then the bishop would be hanging. Okay, then knight e5, and the queen has to move again. Yeah, I don't think that one works. Come on, buddy, don't worry about it. Internet rating is not even smoke. 24 something. Show me the money. Check first, yeah. Whoa! Oh, come on, really? Oh my lord! Okay, the sequence is pretty long, and there are a few things to keep in mind. But it was all forcing moves. These were just forcing moves. So sad, so sad. Forcing move, queen g2 check. King h4. Then what? King h4, then what? We don't have a check for after king h4. There aren't any more checks. Yeah, this is less than inspiring. Okay, queen g2, king h4, rook b3. Going for that checkmate. Yeah, I think that works. h4, rook b3. If rook f3. If rook f3. then we can just take on f3, queen takes, and we take on f3. So that seems to work. There will be a check on a8, but nothing after that, I think. So this. And okay, getting interesting, because if rook b3, king g5, what after king g5? King g5, just queen takes h3, and we're still threatening checkmate on h6. Yeah, this has to work. This has to work. Okay, how do we continue? Because I didn't consider rook here. I mean, can we just take? I think so. I think we can just take. Okay. 1 point. 1 point. Okay. This is the grind. 1 point. Is there a way to stop that queen from protecting g2? I don't think so. I don't think so. We can actually give a check on h5, king g1, knight h3 check. If king h2, we can take on f2. It's a bit of a windmill. And then just give another check, and that seems to work fine. Feels like it should start here. Feels like it should start on h5 check. Any objection from the chat? Anyone see anything better? This queen is protecting g2, otherwise I would be taking there like king a heartbeat. Is it too prophylactic, too eager to play this? Like this would be a move. This would be a move. Stopping the king from going to g1 or g3, threatening queen h5 checkmate. Okay, sorry, not checkmate. Check, knight h4, queen takes h4, king g2, and then rook takes f2 checkmate. So that would be a line. So knight e2, queen e3 has to be the only move. Threatening the knight and protecting h4. So queen e4, queen takes h5 check, queen h4, bishop, hold on, bishop f4 check, king h3, king h3, king h3, queen f3, yes, queen f3 check, queen g3 is the only move, and then we can take with the bishop and then the pawn and then queen takes. So that's checkmate. I found checkmate starting with knight e2. It's a bit of a fancy move. It's more forcing to play queen h5 first. Queen h5. If king f3, we have knight e2 checkmate. So king g1 is the only move. And after king g1, knight e2. I don't really like knight e2 in that sequence because it allows king f1, and yes, we can take on h1, um, and then king takes on e2, and then we can take on the other square. But I don't know. It feels like there should be more. So another line: queen takes h5 check, king g1, knight h3. If king f1, rook takes f2 check, king e1 only move, and queen e2 checkmate. So not that line for white. Queen h5, king g1, knight h3 check, king h2. Then we can give a discovered attack. We have to keep the tempo, the initiative, so maybe just knight f2 check. Then king. Well, another thing is that after knight f3, after knight h3, rook takes h3 is possible, and it is still winning, but it's not entirely direct. I'm liking this more and more. Knight e2 seems like a wise choice. Let's see, what can white play? Okay, hold on. Gotta be careful with that check. So knight e2 is not a forcing move. Queen e6 check, king h8, and queen h3, and that is covering everything. That queen h3 covers everything, so we have to go for the more forcing line to stop these checks. If I move the knight first, there's a queen check, and that's not great. So what do we take? What do we take with queen? Knight takes g2. The thing is, there's even like rook something, so I'm leaning towards here now. Yeah. Now this is an exchange. That's not entirely great. If we go knight e2, king f1 is the only move. King f1 is the only move. Oh, then there's knight g3 check, and it's pinned, and that's checkmate. Ah, glad I found it. I was just changing the order. Here. Yeah. Whoa. I almost missed this one. Ha! Almost. 2400 gave me 6 points. I guess that's okay. Let's do a puzzle rush. Haven't done puzzle rush in a while. I don't like doing puzzle rush in this computer when I'm streaming because it gets so slow. But okay. What is this? Checkmate here? That's nice. Checkmate up there. Yep. Checkmate right here. Yep. Checkmate here. Fork. What? Why do I have to think so fast? Here. Checkmate. Interesting. What are you doing here? Can you just take? Yep. Yes. Yes. Always check. Always check. What is this? Now I have to think. This is horrible. Oh. Okay. Now what? Yep. Really? Can't I just play here? And here? And here? Oh, come on! Rook! That was checkmate, dude. Come on, focus. Focus. Can't miss checkmate in one move. Okay. Cute. Oof. This guy is under pressure. This guy is under pressure. Where is the... How do we get out of this? I guess we can just go here, but that's a lot of pressure. Wait here. Takes... Oh, we can take with check. And then maybe give another check. Check. Here. There's no there are no checkmates in that line. So let's just take here. Really? Okay. What now? What now? Where's the mate? And that was the end of it. I got 14. 14. That's so embarrassing. 14. 14. I couldn't find this one. I couldn't even find Rook F7. Couldn't even find Rook F7. Rook F7. Knight on D F6. Knight H5. Yeah, I saw this one too late. This other one. Yeah, this one, of course. Checkmate on one move. And this is another critic for the puzzle rush on the website. It's much better on the... Yeah, okay, let's solve this one again. You see, it reloads the entire page. It reloads the entire page. And why would it reload the entire page? There's no point in doing that. So I think the idea here is that we don't take with the queen, we take with the bishop. But I failed to see... Oh, okay, because... Yeah, because there's queen here and the rook is captured, so that's why this check is important. Yeah, okay. Let's try again. Let's try again. Whoa. Don't give your checkmate. Why is it making me think so early? This is... I don't like it. That was weird. Can't I take? Yes. Then a forker. Yep. Then what is this? Let's check. And mate. Kinda weird, but we'll allow it. Okay, here, and then what? There's checkmate threats. There's checkmate threats. How dare he? Duh. Took me a second. Can take a bishop here, maybe. Yeah, I think I can take a bishop. Then... Oh, really? Take something. I'm winning a piece. Yep. This check first. then this check, and then this check. Had to think about that one. Here and there's checkmate, right? Sorry, no. Here first. And then this. Hamana. This. Oof. This. It's getting hot in here. How does he escape? Here. Takes. There's no check. Oh, the knight can't move. What am I talking about? The knight can't move. That was not very smart. I'm surprised how quickly these puzzles increase in difficulty. Oh, hold on. No, take a check. I'm not seeing it, to be honest. I am not seeing it. That was luck. 100% luck. You gotta be lucky sometimes. Oof. Is this risky? Is this too risky? Maybe not. Well, apparently not, since that one. Hamana? Do we have another check to save the rook? That'll be sweet. Don't think so, though. This is not a nice position. This is not a nice position, even with the extra stuff. Yeah, that was a weird one. Whoa! Are we looking for stalemates here? What is this? It's just a nice sequence. Okay, I'm running out of time, but at least I haven't blundered like before. Take here first. There. Yeah, this wins factually. Then this wins. Then this wins. Then that doesn't win. I ran out of time, but I don't think that one won. It was up here. It was on seat 7. Played too fast the last few ones. It was okay. 22 seems like a decent average. I did have to think a lot. Like, the first ones are not really that challenging. Still have to clear them, but then they get like this. And then you start thinking, oh, should I save the queen? Should I save this? Should I do that? Let's just take. Yeah. Couple of quickies, couple of quick checks. This. Okay. So you see, we still have to like think. I guess that's okay. This is chess. You're supposed to be thinking. But then you wonder, what am I doing with my life? I can take here actually. Oof! What are these risky things? What are these risky things that I see? Take, push. Push. Can we get in here somehow? Is this a threat? No, that's not a threat. What's the threat? Where is the threat? Where is the threat? Takes with the rook. No, takes with the pawn. Has to take. No, cannot take with the pawn. That's the thing. Couldn't take with the pawn. It was pinned. Duh. Huh. Here takes. Here takes. I think this is free. I wasn't entirely sure, to be honest, but it felt free. Yeah. Here first. Then what? I don't see it. Here. Just take, I guess. Yep. Okay, had to think for a second. That one. This is free. This is free. This. That's it. This takes. Yes. Okay. Bit challenging. Take, push. No, capture here instead. Yep. We can take first. Yeah. We can put a lot of pressure on that knight, and if he moves, there's checkmate. Yeah, okay. This is super weird flex, but this is nice for the fork. For the fork. Can we trap him? No. Okay, there's a fork. Can take there. No problemo. There's this thing. Then we have check first. We have this one. I'm playing faster now because I'm running out of time. I hate snakes, by the way. Ah, ran out of time. 25. I mean, it was better than before. Dropped one. Yeah, still not great. My average is not even 30. My average is not even 30. That's a free thingy. This is a free checkmate. No! Okay, stop that. Cannot. What was that? Keep trying. No. I realize this lowers my average by a lot. I think my average is around 20 anyways. Okay, let's follow a tournament. Can we find all types, rapid? Oh, this is a lesson. Coach Bill is giving a lesson to KT fighters, so I don't like that. This is better though. Let's watch these guys. Whoa, what's with the time? Chess Booster is so low on time. That's not fun. I mean, he has a good enough position, but why is he taking so long? Rook takes a4. Rook takes a4, rook takes b2, rook takes a6. And you have 2 extra pawns. What's the problem? Yeah, okay, this is still possible. But what's the problem, my man? What's the problem? Took you forever to play this. Oh, sorry, it would be one extra pawn. So now there's checkmate threat, of course. You gotta get rid of that. H3, I guess. Or King G1. There's no harm in playing King G1. Well, King G1 and there's Knight. Yeah, Knight G4, and that's not fun. This is just safer. Those pawns are hanging. There are two pawns hanging. White should win this with, without any real blunders, because the bishop is just much more powerful than the knight in this position. Shouldn't be any worries. Okay, going for the fork. Going for the fork. That's brave. That is brave. So knight takes a6, bishop takes a6, rook a8, rook takes a4, knight c5 forking, bishop b5 attacking the rook, rook b8, then we can actually take on a8 with check. That was not necessary. It's of course possible, but that was not necessary. So I guess he's gonna play rook d4, super focused on the pawn structure. Yeah. I kind of saw that one coming. It's not bad, but I think white could actually take 2 pawns. Would be interesting to see this. Oh, can we actually see the evaluation? Turn on just a couple of lines. Here. Oh, can't see anything. Yeah, bishop takes a6 was possible. Bishop takes a6 was possible. I can't move because, themes and ideas and stuff, but yeah. There's some counterplay, of course, but this is nothing. He can actually play. Yeah. Okay, simplifications. Nothing wrong with simplifying. White could also have played pawn to c4. There was no rook takes b2 check because of the checkmate. And then after g6, then can go for something like b4, if that's what they want. So now in this position, the rook is guarding the pawn from in front. Ideally, you want to push your pawns with the protection from behind. White is still winning for sure. For sure. But just gotta be a little bit careful. I think black should play. Yeah, h5 seems good. Then king wants to get in the action maybe. If a5, b4. b4 would be strong. Ah, come on. I think this is time pressure because b4 was just very clear. If a4 after b4, then there's another thing to worry about. That's just useless. That actually helps white. That check does absolutely nothing. Oh, really? So the king thinks that he can wander off. This is nice technique. I'm gonna take with the rook. Nah, take with the pawn. Yes. I don't know what is black's plan. Those pawns are runners. f5 may be coming soon. Maybe f5. Okay. It's kind of weird. So, rook b5 check, king c6 maybe? And then b4. And everything is fine. King of the Hill. That's interesting. I'm not a fan of King of the Hill. That's not my favorite variant. I actually don't play variants. Crazy House Arena. Eh. See, is there a bullet tournament in 15 minutes? Ah, that's too late. It's way too late. .30. That's interesting, but it takes club match, club tournament. Maybe I should advertise my club a little more. It would be fun to have tournaments with people that I know. Just rook b8 maybe? Yeah. Maybe rook b8. Okay guys, I'm gonna call it a night. Getting late. Had some fun. Suffered a lot on the tactic stuff. Gotta do the work and gotta keep doing these exercises. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the lurkers. Thanks, Pythagoras, for being here, giving the support, sending the good energy. See you all soon. Remember that Friday the 8th and Saturday the 9th of February, we're going to have a marathon. We're going to do a fundraiser for Doctors Without Borders. So share or donate, one or the other. Okay, you can do both. They're both appreciated. Thanks so much. See you guys soon. Bye.